I got very judgmental, and I think that's like one of the worst things ever, do, because like sometimes you're so blinded to what you're seeing
Yeah.
and like about what they're doing or whatever, and then you fail to recognize that, yo, I used to be the same way. What up, what up, what up, everybody? Thank you for coming in and listening in. Welcome to the Church Culture Podcast Series.
Yes, sir.
And I am here with Brian the King.
Yes, sir.
You already know what it is. So listen, man, this whole podcast series that we're trying to get into is to dive deeper in what we talk about on Thursday nights. Because honestly, we don't have enough time on Thursday nights.
Not enough time, man.
Dude, I wish we had at least an hour of just word and another hour of just being wrecked by God. You know what I'm saying?
just for you to get word, and then just giving it to God.
Yep.
And then let Him do you and take you all apart,
bro.
And get him up, put him down,
leave him there,
put him down.
Don't touch him.
Get the oil. Don't get the oil.
Yo. Listen, man, I just wish we had a lot more time. But this is why we're doing this podcast, because we want to dive deeper in what we don't talk about on Thursday nights.
Or the things that happen behind the scenes.
Oh, that's true. Because what we want to talk about también is also, how is it that you receive this word? How does it impact you first in order to come and talk to the youth about it? You know what I'm saying? Because this is a new season that we're entering, but we can't talk about it unless we've received from it too.
That's right.
Yeah. So real quick, I want to talk about what culture is, because I want to get the basis of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, culture. What is culture? The definition of culture is the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. So, you already know we're definitely a social group. Correct. Church is a social group. And honestly, they talk about how church, this isn't a social club. When they talk about, like, when we come to church, this isn't a social club. This isn't a place of being social. Like, honestly, I think they're wrong. I mean, it's not a place like a club where you literally sit down and talk about different stuff. But we do talk about Jesus. We do relate with everybody. We are social. We are connecting with people. So we are, in turn, a culture. We are. So I think that church culture is the best name for this series.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about in the church culture is how the church institution has twisted what it is to be a Christian, what it is to be a follower of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, the thing is that what they do is that we have a foundation.
Yeah. Jesus
laid out a foundation. The church follow it.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout generation after generation, civilization change. And as humanity change, certain traditions and certain customs changed as well. But when the church was actually being edifying, people started changing things here and there.
Yeah.
The foundation's still the same.
Yeah.
But the building is kind of changing in a twisting way.
They're basically getting the blueprints of how the foundation was made. And it's like, you know what? We can make a little something over here too. Let me get this blueprint. Oh no, let's erase what this person did and let's do this one for ourselves, because that just doesn't work for us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Let me take this piece.
Yeah,
and actually, this little part right here that is a square, I want to round it a little bit.
Yes,
because it's convenient for us.
Ooh, convenient. And I think that's a very big word, because that affects us daily, because a lot of the times we do things that are convenient for us.
That is the elephant in the room.
That is, and we don't talk about it.
Convenience.
Because they're like, oh, we do this here in this church. And it's like, why? Because it's convenient for y'all, but it ain't the right way. Is it the biblical standard? That's the thing. Sometimes we forget about what the biblical standard is when we talk about the church. But we're gonna get into that. We're getting
ahead of it.
Hold on. Let's not get on. You know how the pastors always be like, "Oh, let me not get ahead of myself." I just did that right now. So, okay. So we talked about appearance for the first week.
Yeah.
And obviously we talk about the appearance on the outside, what it is to wear your clothes in church. Like, why do they do that? Blah, 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 blah. But not only is appearance based on our clothing, but appearance is how we walk, how we talk, and how we act.
It is conditioned to your all.
Yeah, yeah.
It is part of you.
And I think that it's a very dangerous. It's not a dangerous game. I think it's a very complicated subject to touch upon when it comes about appearance.
It is a touchy subject, but it is a touchy subject when you see it as a mosaic, because a mosaic has different pieces, different colors. It does a picture when you see it from afar, but when you see it from up close, everything is different.
Yeah.
So the perspective of appearance for every single person is different. For me, appearance could be something far more different than you, like clothing wise.
Yeah.
What would be appropriate for it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way you carry yourself, even your cultural background, it shows what you wear, what your appearance is.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like, just to reiterate, we talked about this on Thursday. We're not here to bash on any denomination. This is not what we're trying to do.
Not at all.
But what we're trying to talk about is the standards, the biblical standards. We're trying to go right back to the word. We're trying to get to that point where it's like these appearances are not gonna save us. They're not gonna save us. Appearance does not affect our salvation at all.
Yeah. Not only that, is the fact that the culture itself is about that humanity doesn't save you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Jesus did.
Yep.
But the mentality of human, for many people, it's trying to change the church.
Yeah.
And they trying to be acceptable. For some reason, I can't understand the church has to accept the norms that happen outside, but they have to incorporate it in the inside. So we need to change, but they don't accept us. Society doesn't accept us as we are, but we need to accept society how they are.
Yeah. And I think that's why it started, because they really didn't want to be part of the world. You know what I'm saying? So like let's talk about the Pentecostals, right? We all know we're all Hispanic. We understand that when we talk about Pentecostals, what do you see, bro? What do you see in Pentecostals? If you didn't see Jaylene on Thursday, bro, that's the main definition of a Pentecostal. Alejandra también. You know, they had those. I think Jaylene's was like the best one because she had the jean skirt on. It's like
that'd be picture. A picture like, dictionary.
You gotta picture it, man. You gotta picture it. When you say Pentecostal, you see a picture of Jaylene. You see her outfit.
Yeah.
And Jaylene, you know.
But another thing is that you touch something specific, and it's the fact that you say when you say Pentecostal, you picture something.
Yes, sir.
So now that we're talking about different churches, there's different pictures that are painted.
Yeah.
But if we talk about Pentecostal, and we are gone to many Pentecostal churches.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that God moves in a way there. God moves there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. But when you say about Pentecostal, what does it picture in appearance?
Too much. Like they're very conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very conservative and everything. And I was talking to my dad today about that. And I was like, honestly, Pentecostal people, like when they have those standards of looks, like when their clothes, their makeup, all that stuff. I mean, they don't wear makeup or whatever. Now they're incorporating that recently. But you see that, and honestly, they're not doing anything bad. You know what they're doing is literally separating themselves from the world. Like they're placing standards that obviously are trying to separate themselves from the world. And it's nothing bad. Now, what is bad is what's been corrupted in that standard, where it's like they follow those rules and then they look at somebody else not following them and they're like condemning them.
That my laws and my standards are the norm. And if you don't follow them, you have to be punished.
Exactly.
You have to be shown upon.
Exactly.
And that is the part that is bad.
That's the part that's bad.
That is hurting.
That's the part that is hurting.
That's the part that is hurting.
Yes, that's what's hurting the people. And we're not bashing on them because it's not everybody. It's not every church. And a lot of people be getting on the churches, but honestly, they just get on the church because they're making up an excuse on not to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Like, UNC, you know, that one person looked at me wrong, and then you left, and then you're like, I don't go to church no more. Oh, so that one person offended you, and now you're not going to church no more. So like now they want to make that as an excuse, but
because it is convenient for me,
exactly,
not to go there.
Yeah. So either way, these are standards that are placed to make them holy. Like it's like a holiness standard for themselves to separate themselves and everything.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is the condemning part, right? What's the intention of the heart? What's the intention behind what they're doing? If their intention for this is to condemn others who are not part of it, then that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. So real quick, I also wanted to get into to the word real quick. I wanted to bring this back to the word because when we talk about all these things, that not only with Pentecostal, but we see like the Baptists, we see different like Catholics, we see all those people. We picture something in our minds because it's already those foundations, those institutions are placed, and we're like, well, I don't want to be part of that one. I don't want to be part of that. It's so many things going on, but then we fail to understand that there's a standard already written in the Bible, which talks
in the books,
boy, in the books. And we're gonna head to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 through 10, right? And listen to this. It's not to bash on y'all, and for women, this is mainly for the women. You know what I mean? Like what I'm about to read. This is not to bash on y'all, but this is what the Bible says. All right,
this is what the word says
exactly.
But it's not that we are going to attack.
Exactly. Yeah. It might be controversial, but it's facts. All right, let's see it. It says, I also want the women to dress modestly, with decency and propriety, adorning themselves not with elaborate hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes, but with the good deeds appropriate for women who profess to worship God. What do you get? What is it that you get from that whole thing? I think that a lot of people, when they read this, they read mostly like, you're not allowed to wear jewelry. You're not allowed to wear, make braids in your hair. You're not allowed to do wear expensive clothing. That's what they focus upon, but they don't focus on the part where it says, but with good deeds appropriate for women who profess to worship God.
No. What I like is the fact that it shows you not to dress lavishly. And that's the part that they focus. Key component is for you to not be extravagant. But it shows you that the further you read, the more it shows you that it's not the outer. It's for you to start dressing the inner. And that is the thing, that they focus too much on the appearance of the outside, not the inside.
Yep. And in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 2 to 5, it says this. It starts off the same. Listen to this. It says, when they see the purity and reverence of your lives, your beauty should not come from outward adornment. So now Peter's getting a little deeper in that, where he's saying it should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothing. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. For this is the way that the holy women of the past, who put their hope in God, used to adorn themselves. They submitted themselves to their own husbands. And notice that he said this is how women of the past did it, right? To be able to align themselves with God and align themselves with their husband, who's the head of the household, right?
Yeah.
But like the fact that they start off a little bit similar, but Peter goes way deeper when it comes to the inside.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about what you wear or anything that you wear on the outside. It's about what's in the inside.
But for modern society, this is how I picture it.
Yeah.
When you were reading that, what it pictures is, picture this. If you are dressing up, what are you trying to provoke?
Yeah.
Because if your inner is pure and you are not, you just want to look nice. Everybody wants to look nice.
Yeah.
But when you're doing a glow up, let's say, for example, you go through a breakthrough. Everybody put their breakthrough moment, and they are like, you know what? It's time for a glow up. I want to look nice. I want to look pretty. I want to go out there and I want to conquer the world.
Yeah.
And you put your Sasha Fierce and you go back there. But what is the purpose that you're doing that for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody did you wrong and somebody harmed you. So now you're going out there to prove what?
They're just out there to flaunt it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're going out there, you're just showing your inner. The purpose of what you're making.
So basically what's going on is you're showing what you're feeling on the outside. Like your inside is provoking what's coming outside.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's showing because I don't want to put it in this aspect, but I have to throw it out there. Let's say these days there's focusing so much on the outer appearance, like fitness people.
Dude, look at Instagram, bro. Look at social media nowadays. There's a standard of beauty already.
Yeah.
But when the Bible talks about the standard of beauty, it does not talk about your clothes. It does not talk about your hair. It does not talk about your jewelry. It does not talk about your makeup. It does not talk about anything other than what you are, who you are inside. That's what the true beauty is. So for all the women out there, for all the dudes out there that are thinking, well, I need to look like this dude. Hey, listen, I want to have abs too. I want to be looking like a snack.
Who doesn't want to be a chisel?
You know? And for women, you know, they want to look like a specific actress, a model, or, you know, some close friend where they're kind of jealous of their, you know, their looks. I mean, hey, I've had some handsome friends. I'm like, dang, man, I wasn't blessed with that.
I got late to that gift.
I mean, look at King right here. Look at Brian. I wasn't blessed with this.
But you're still beautiful.
Am I?
On the outside and inside. You see, and you said something, you touched, and you said, I want to look like a snack.
I do.
But what's the bait? Who's the one that actually you want to look a snack for?
Not me. Not me. That's for sure.
Or do we want to be like the Sam's Club samples?
Oh, we
want to be for anybody.
Okay, say that again. Say that again.
If you want to be the snack, do you want to be the snacks like the samples in Sam's Club?
Oh my God! Or do you want to be a meal?
Or do you want to be a meal? Do you want to be Wendy's, or do you want to be food being cooked at home? The one that it takes time. It takes moments for you to dedicate time by time and to know exactly what to do, what to place, what not to place in order for you to do a plate.
We want abuelita's cooking style, you know.
Ay, abuelita, man. That food hits different.
Dude, that's crazy. And,
that's like the like in Ratatouille. When the guy eats the Ratatouille, he remembered when he was young.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it is.
It's like, whoa.
It took me back. You got that that's a Raven moment, like, woo.
Oh my God, like
you just go back and you're like, it's different.
Dude, that is such a good description. But yeah, I think that intention of the heart is one of the purest things that we need to like. That's like the one thing that we need to look out for.
Yeah. So let's put it this way.
Go ahead.
When you go to the gym, the purpose of you to mainly go to the gym is for you to work out, right?
Yes.
So when you are going in order to work out, you want to wear something comfortable, something that you're going to be able to wear and everything. You don't have to wear clothes so tight to your body in order for you to look like you have spandex, like you're a superhero.
Yeah.
You're not Spider-Man. You're going there to work out. I understand that there's a lot of people, and I'm not bashing you if you do this, but if your purpose is solely for you to work out, go ahead and do you.
Do you, King?
But if your purpose is for you to grab the camera, grab the tripod, grab the lighting, put the lighting on, take a machine for 2 hours and a half, I'm looking at you.
He's calling you out.
TikTok model. So, but what is the intention that you are going to the gym for?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as the church. What is your intention to going in there too?
Yeah, I mean, listen. There's a whole bunch of people that go to church without the intention of looking for God.
They got hidden agendas.
They do. They literally go and see that ciervita.
Oh Lord, don't worry because I'm gonna convert it for you.
Mm, wow. And a lot of the times, and what catches them is like,
Bendiciones. ¿Cómo tú estás, hermano? ¿Cómo tú estás hoy?
and then you respond, I'm doing good, I'm doing it. And you're a first timer, and she's the greeter, and you already fall in love with her. It's
Mhm.
like, yo, and now you're only coming for, to service just to go and see her. So, like, intentions of the heart is very important.
Yeah.
And like, staying on the appearance part, like, it's not just your clothing, guys. It's also how you talk, how you walk, bro. It's not about what you wear. Like, honestly, and don't take this wrong. Your clothing are important when it comes to the purity of your heart. What is up, guys? Before we continue with the podcast, I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. Then go on Instagram and follow us at ngn.yth. Now let's just jump right back into it.
All right. So, one thing that it's very interesting what you say, and I'm gonna talk about my personal experience when it comes to appearance and being convicted, because um, when I came to the Lord, um, I had piercings. I had a lot. I had a lot of stuff. I was some work, man. So, what happened is that when you come to God and you have a relationship with Him,
Yeah.
things start to get out. And one thing that I had, it was piercing. And my piercings were not like, small piercings, sparkle and stuff like that. I like big old earrings.
So you got hoops on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No hoops.
Just
No
making
hoops.
sure.
They were big diamonds. They were big diamonds.
Yeah.
I forgot how about, I don't know the sizes, but they were huge.
Yo, and that was in what year, bro? 2000 what? It was in 2000, so you already know. I can picture you with some really long jorts.
So you thought that I was John Cena?
Yeah, bro, I can picture you in that.
No, I didn't have the shorts.
Oh, man.
I didn't have those
I
shorts.
kind of thought. Okay, whatever.
No.
Continue.
No, but when I came to the paths of the Lord, it got to a point that I was actually getting ready to go to church.
Yeah.
And as I was ready, the piece of resistance, the earrings.
Mm.
And as I was going to put the earrings, I was like, I don't want to put this anymore.
Mm.
And you see, at the church that I'm congregating right now,
Yeah.
they never judge me. They embrace me how I was.
Yeah.
But they let God do the process.
Mm-hmm.
They let it on God, not on them, but it was on God. So I removed the earrings, and from that moment on, I really didn't need to put earrings on, because the Holy Spirit was the one that was in me, and it showed me exactly the image of who I truly am.
Yeah. Do you think that those earrings, like, why do you think that you felt convicted in the sense of, like, because you had earrings on?
The reason why is because when I put the earrings, when I had them pierced, first of all, is because my mom, she didn't want us to have piercing until she finally said, you can have piercings.
Okay.
But the reason why I put them is because that's where accepted, and it was the norm on school.
Okay, so basically you were following a social norm of, like, what everybody has, and that's what's in right now, and I want them.
Well, per se, because I always wanted the piercing.
Okay.
But when I had the piercings, it was like winter break. And when I came back and had the piercing, it was like Brian 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like I had reaction from everybody, especially the girls.
Yeah.
And when you have, reaction from the girls.
Hey. If it works, it works.
It works. So now I'm being accepted.
I think that's why I don't have earrings on. I think that if I put earrings on, bro, everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican.
He's Rican.
He's Puerto Rican."
But
he got like two girlfriends or something. Trust me, bro. I don't even have earrings on. People be judging me, bro. And we're gonna get to judgment in a second.
But when I was accepted,
yeah,
and I was embraced, I thought that I felt good.
Mm-hmm.
This feels good. Now I'm being accepted. After all the years of rejection, I'm being accepted.
Gotcha.
And now that this is what made me who I really was.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into the church, I noticed that I was into really deep problems and everything. I will go over my testimony further on, but I kept going with the, I kept going with the earrings. They was already part of me.
Yeah.
It's already part of me, and then it got to the point that I'm like, this is not part of me because
Gotcha.
I am not the accessory.
Yeah.
The earrings are the accessory.
Oof. That's good.
And that goes for people out there, the um people out there that think that makeup makes you beautiful. No, you are the canvas. You make it beautiful.
Oof.
You make the
Oof.
clothing beautiful.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
make
sir.
the outfit beautiful. You
Okay.
make all of those things flawless. So don't think that the outfit makes you. You make the outfit.
Oh.
So you are beautiful, and people say because on the inside.
Yeah.
I like people because beautiful people on the inside. No, you're beautiful outside and inside.
Gotcha. Dude, and that's a good segue into what I'm about to talk about the beautiful on the inside and the outside. Let me tell you, man, I was not a good person. Like, I was not a beautiful person on the inside, dude. And I would portray, like, honestly, if you're not a good person on the inside, a lot of the times that shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes you're really good at putting on a mask and portraying like you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Like in quarantine.
Yeah.
It was difficult to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you got those moments where you're like, well, let me do something real quick. And you put it down and people see it and they're like, whoop, put it back on. Everybody has that short window to see who you really are, right? And I was one of those people, man, that I went to church all my life. And there came a point where I was in school, and it was in elementary school, okay? I was like, I don't even know. I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, dude.
Yeah.
And one day they're like, dude, like, say it, bro. Say it, bro. And I was like, you know what? You're a and I was like, oh, that felt nice because everybody's like, bro, Alexis is cussing right now. And I felt accepted, bro.
Ooh.
Because I was going, you and that, and everybody was just having a great time, bro. And I really felt accepted. But then when I went to church, it was still holy, holy, holy. Until one day my friend caught me at church, and that's why we need accountability partners, people.
Ooh.
That's why we need accountability partners, because if it wasn't for her to be like, Alexis, when did this start? I was like, I don't need you to tell me what I have to be. And, and she's like, there is no way you're talking to me like that. And you already know, God works in mysterious ways.
Very.
Because listen, the next couple hours, we're leaving the place, and who am I riding in the car with? Because I ain't that age where I can drive. I'm with my parents. What did my friend do? She went to my parents, and what they do? They disciplined me. Okay, and there are consequences to our actions, people. Trust me. And you know what? What really interesting. What's really interesting is that because of this, not only did my parents discipline me, but I also had that conviction come over me when my friend confronted me about it. Because sometimes we need somebody to confront us to be able to receive that conviction sometimes.
Yeah.
And so then that got me really annoyed because she confronted me about it. But then it kind of leads me to this other thing where eventually because I was convicted, I was like, I want to change. I want to be different. Boom. Let's work on that. Then I started seeing people who were struggling with what I was struggling with, cussing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a judgmental feature about me that, like there was a judgmental person within me that struggled with that. But I was like, oh, they cussing. They going through the same thing, but they cussing. Right? And then I got very judgmental. And I think that's like one of the worst things ever, do, because like sometimes you're so blinded to what you're seeing and like about what they're doing or whatever, and then you fail to recognize that, yo, I used to be the same way. I used to be the same way as them. And that's the enemy, bro. Like, honestly, man, like the enemy wants to make you feel like, damn, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that, dude.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's something that we go through every day, and that's where the Holy Spirit comes in and convicts us, right?
Yeah.
And then there's another conviction that comes over me of being a judgmental person, a judgmental Christian at that. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we need to work on that, because if you're a person who you're going through a process, God is working on your testimony, that is fine.
Yeah.
That is fine. If you're going to church and you have these tendencies to still smoke, dude, I'm not going to judge you for still smoking and going through all this process, because God's still working on you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks that because you feel convicted, now you're going to church, you got to stop it completely. That's not how it works. There are radical changes, though.
Yeah.
Radical changes. Yeah. If you're one of those people, God has blessed you, bro, to be like, that's
Amen,
it.
right there.
That's it. Boom. That's powerful. If you got that, that's a blessing. But there are people out there that still struggle with the same things. Yeah. And listen, there are times, man, where I'm at church and I see people and I hear people saying some stuff and I feel that judgmental like feeling, but I have to, you know what? Close my mouth. And I have to submit my tongue to what the Holy Spirit wants me to submit to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's all about personal, like, it's not us attacking y'all. Listen, bro, we go through the same thing. Like, what we're wearing right now, maybe it ain't, you know.
Hey, put it up. Hey, what is this?
I ain't wearing no dress shoes, boy.
That ain't Jordan.
Yo, Kanye, you know.
Kanye.
You're wearing Kanye shoes?
You wearing Kanye?
You're wearing Kanye shoes right now. Take them off. Get the Jesus sandals right now.
Get the Mandos.
Nah,
Get
man.
the anointed oil.
Get the, Vamos. They go like, we're going to do something prophetic. Everybody with Yeezys, come to the front. Let's burn them. Nah, man. Welcome to the floor. So, yes, man. I think that we have to understand that all of us here, you going to church, us going to church, being leaders, we still go through stuff.
Yeah.
And we have to be convicted every day.
Because we're in this body.
Dude, I mean, yeah. And we also have to continue that lifestyle of renewing our minds every day.
Every day.
That's biblical, guys.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. So, yeah, but I think that what you, how you speak, how you walk in this life, bro, it's all about intention of your heart.
Yeah.
And I think that people got it twisted when it comes to just your appearance and clothing. It's like, oh, you're a bad person, blah, blah, blah. But listen, you might be wearing the fanciest suit ever, but your heart, bro, must be like the dirtiest thing ever if you're condemning somebody based on what they're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about what you bring to the table when it comes to your heart. Because God doesn't see what you wear. He doesn't see any of this. He sees your heart, bro. He sees your heart.
He just aimed at your heart. That's the perfect worship for him.
Yeah.
It's just your heart. Because it doesn't matter what you have. Because in the end, like I was saying in the preaching, that heaven is real.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that. There's no way that you can deny it. Scientists that is out there. I'm not here to debate, but it's already been proven.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting you know. But that's a holy nation.
Yeah.
So that means that it has its own culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been established for us.
Yes, sir. So I think that's like a cornerstone. Like, that's like the thing that we need to focus on. What would you say to everybody listening? Like, what would you say that they should focus on when it comes to the intentions of their heart?
Okay, so what I would like to say to everybody that is watching is that above everything else, guard your heart.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because although your appearance can change or can sway, your heart stays the same. There are certain people that you might have your glow up, but you still inside have that little boy or that little girl that had a bad trauma in the past.
Yeah.
And you still hasn't grown from that. So above all of these things, if the appearance and people showing you because of your appearance, let God work with your heart first. Because we trying to fix the outer and then the inner.
Yes.
It is for us to work from the inner to the outer, because the way that the Lord says, and Many people try to say this, but it's not in the Bible at all. And it's like, come as you are.
Dude, I was just thinking that. I was like, we gotta say that. We gotta say that.
Because definitely it says come as you are. But the thing is that people think that is, oh, I'm gonna come with God with the super shorts, and he's gonna tell me who I am. I'm tatted up, and I keep getting tatted up, and he's gonna tell me who I am. He had to accept me listening to this mundane music. All of those things, you have to accept me that way. No, he does say
you gotta submit it to him. You gotta like lay it down to him and be like, this is who I am, but I no longer want to be this way. Like, I want God to transform me. That's how we should come to church, with that intentional heart of being like, I honestly want to change, and this is who I am. God, take this from me.
But this is who I am at this point.
Exactly.
From this point on,
it's a process.
I'm going hand to hand with God.
Yeah.
I'm going hand to hand. I'm having a relationship with you. And all of the things that you don't like, you're going to take out.
Yeah.
This is when he said, come as you are.
Yeah.
He doesn't say for you to modify things and then come. It's like,
exactly
the way you are, you try to do the building.
Yeah.
Our foundation has been done, and you did the building. But since I'm an architect, we're going to go to the blueprints, and we're going to see what went wrong.
Dude, and the thing is, like, a lot of people say, I want to change before going to church. I want to make sure I stop smoking. I want to make sure I stop sleeping with my girlfriend. I want to make sure like, they want to appear as if, like, they're done. Like, they want to change, and they want to change first before coming to Jesus.
But can I say a question?
Go ahead.
If you are ripped already, do you need a gym?
No.
Do you, if you already fitted, you don't say, I'm gonna wait until I'm fitted to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You
That's
are not
dumb. Yeah.
You're not 100% healthy, and you say, you know what? Let me go to the hospital,
bro.
Let me go to the ER. Let me call the ambulance because I'm 100% healthy, and I just wanted to pick me up and go to the ER. Take me to ICU all the way. I want all the travel.
Dude, yeah.
But you're 100% fine.
What did Jesus say when he was when those Pharisees saw Jesus hanging out with those tax collectors? He was eating with them, right? And they were like, how could you be with so many unclean people, with these sinners, with these tax collectors? He said, the ones that are healed don't need a pharmacist. They don't need a doctor. The ones that need a doctor are the ones that are sick.
Yeah.
So it's like he threw that in their face.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, I just hoped that they would have captured that.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, if you think that you need to change before coming to Christ, Jesus already said it in the word, bro. You need him the way that you are, bro. He and the difference is, like, he doesn't need you, but he wants you. He wants you to come how you are, but then he's going to be like, listen, bro, you falling down, I'm here to pick you back up. I'm here to change you. Listen, bro, not everybody's perfect. And even the people who are sitting next to you that are dressed up, that say that they're holy, they're going through some stuff, bro.
Yeah. They're
going through some stuff that, honestly, you would probably not even think that they've gone through it. You probably are sitting next to a murderer, like that just came fresh out of prison. You could be sitting next to him.
And he could work. He can afford Gucci and Armani.
And then what happens? He's there worshiping God, but despite the fact that he was a killer, right? So, like, we can't judge the people that are sitting next to us, and we can't expect to be perfect in the midst of being in a church.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just, listen, guys. We really want you guys to come back and listen to more of the church culture series, because we are going deep into this. This is just the first part.
We just took out the floaties.
Yeah, this is just us almost about to dive in. Okay, we're taking off the floaties now. So please come back the next episode. We will be talking about a second part of church culture. We'll see you then.
Don't miss it, definitely.